federal, on the exclusive list of the federal government. Questions, anyone?
My name is Major Kanayoka for retired. Sir, I'm talking to His Excellency Dr. Christian. You propose arresting idleness by creating comprehensive schools and schools that will train these people. And you are talking of another means of checkmating. You see, the gestation period for the training of schools for people to get employment takes some time. Even though we are aware, armed robbers, their days are not very long. You don't see any armed robber after that is above 40 years, because they normally get killed. Meanwhile, these ones that are already on, how do you intend to tackle them? Because I know that the police is helpless as far as kidnapping is concerned. Thank you, sir.
It's over to you now, Dr. Ngige.
I will always use English adage to talk. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. In 2003, 2004, my police security were withdrawn. Those attached to the governor and the governor's office, it was even extended to the local governments in Anambra State and all government offices in Anambra State. I put on my thinking cap. What do we do? That is how I established a vigilante services that comes up from the community level onto the local government level, onto the state level. I trained them in the conventional police method. And we didn't give them AK-47 because we are not by law permitted to give such equipment. But by law, we were permitted to give pump action. So we employed those people on these stratification levels that I mentioned. And you were here in Anambra State. Robbery vanished. I also equipped the police, Nigerian police. Prior to my being governor here, the policeman in Oka could not communicate with the man in Onitsha, nor with the man in Newe. I had to give them funds. They purchased their radio system. And not only did we connect the three major towns here, I extended it to the border towns of Anambra State, at Ihiala, Amoka, at Iseke, at Omo, at Amansi. And the police were able to report to their headquarters in Oka and to their senatorial headquarters too on any crime situation. The robbers knew that their days were numbered. And to give the killer punch, I got some of the bad boys and employed them into the system. They recanted and started paying them. That's what my security vote is for. Today, security votes are used for frivolous reasons and for frivolous expenses. The cardinal function of government is to protect our citizens, number one. And if you're a state government, you must be able to secure your state. We don't care how you do it. Overseas and even in other climes, people are paid. Even when they want to track drug pushers, they put in good people into the system and they follow them and pay them. Therefore, there is nothing wrong in doing what I have enunciated now. This brings me to the idea of state police. When people hear state police, they like to run away. They tell you that native authority police were used for political reasons by Ahmadu Bello to arrest people in northern Nigeria, by Nnamdi Azikiwe, by Obafemi Awolowo in Ogbomosho and Ibadan. No, the times have changed. The times have changed. We must have a stratified police system stemming from the neighborhood going up to the province or state, and then to national, you say maintain the national police. Because the truth of the matter is that as I speak to you, I'm a member of the Senate Committee on Police Affairs. I know what we appropriate for Nigerian police. I won't say it here for security purposes, but it's a paltry sum. The conditions, the welfare, the logistics for work, and the working equipment for the Nigerian police is nothing to write home about. You don't give what you don't have. You can't work miracles when you are not a good prophet. You can't do miracles. You can't even dream good dreams if you're not praying very well. The Nigerian police, as presently considered today, is incapable of providing security to everybody. And this is because they are poorly funded. Today, as we speak, 30% of police formation, 30% of police budget in the state formations are funded by the respective state governments. Today, as we speak, the National Council, the State Council of State, and National Economic Council have a proposal on the table for 2% of the revenue of the country to be used for the police by the respective states. So it's one of the things that have been agreed to by the governors, but the governors have to bring them back to their state legislature, the Houses of Assembly, to pass into law, because the money belongs to the people in the respective states. So I am saying, I can do it. I know what to do in Anambra State to protect all of you. I did it before, and I'll do it again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ngige. Well, Dr. Ifeanyi, you'll have a chance to, either fault what he said, or also give your own plan as well if you don't agree. But just before you do that, it is very important for me to read out the rules of engagement at this point. Yeah. Now, we ought to have done that at the beginning of the program, but we weren't sure how many candidates were going to turn up. The rules of engagement. Now, you're supposed to have 2 candidates for 2 minutes for an opening statement, but considering the fact that the other candidates are not here, you've also been allocated their own extra minutes. There shall be no use of foul language, either against the opponent or to any member of the audience. That also goes for the audience as well. You will also have an opportunity for rebuttals, which is different for personality attacks against your opponent. And when the time comes, you will be informed by myself. And inciting words or personality attacks will not be allowed. Are we clear on the rules, everyone? Oh, well, just before Dr. Ifeanyi has his own chance for rebuttal, I want to know if there are any more questions on security for Dr. Chris Ngige.
I will. I'm sorry.
Yes, please.
Emma Chukura Okoye is my name. Ex-President General of the Broadly Union. If you look around here in Anambra State, you see that this thing is working deep into our both communities and everywhere. My dear Governor to be, you spoke a lot about security. I would like you to enlighten us more about how all these things should be converted here in Anambra. I thank you people, Anambrarians. I say praise to God because there were some governments that came in and devastated Anambra State. Chris Ngige, I praise you. You came in, things changed. I'm
afraid that you have to ask a question.
That's
what
true.
you have to do.
Now, my question is this, please.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Like robbery, kidnapping, Boko Haram, and some people who were deported from Lagos State then, how are we going to overcome all these difficulties? Because here in Nigeria and in Anambra, it is eating deep into our system, please.
That's for Dr. Ngige, right?
Yes, it's for Dr. Ngige.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Ngige, It's over to you now.
I think it is time for me to respond to.
Just a moment,
Okay.
Dr. Oba.
Well, Madam Moderator and my audience, I think the questioner did not catch me early. This is where I started. I laid a foundation of saying that I believe that prevention is better than cure. And I said that the crime situation is caused primarily by unemployment in the first instance. And because some people have gone into the crime situation of robbery and they have used proceeds of crime for flamboyant life, they graduated into the next scale, which is kidnapping. They don't want to stand in the rain anymore or in the bush in the night and wait for luxury buses or cars to rob. They now pluck and pick people.
Dr. Ngige, you have 1 minute to answer that question.
So,
1 minute more.
I want to give our youth job. And I want to face those who don't want to come and take my job, who want to live ostentatious life, ride big cars from kidnapping. I will face them head on. They are either driven out of my state or they are made to face the music of those who want to be here. By catching them and putting them out of circulation, we jail them and remove them, sifting the chaff from the wheat. That's what we are going to do. And I know your fears that, okay, the job will mature, it will take some time to mature. Yes, you're right. That is why we are going to apply both carrot and stick. We are going to do it pari passu, both prevention and the curative aspect of this journey or this business.
Thank you very much. Well, Dr. Ifeanyi Uba is raring to go. I know that you will have a rebuttal for Dr. Ngige. You can also, launch your own solution for security if you do not agree with him, and you can fault his as well.
There is, we have 2 questions I need to answer. The first is about insecurity, my plan. I sincerely believe that we need to go into digital solution for Anambra insecurity. There's no need of arresting people or paying hoodlums. You cannot continue to pay hoodlums with the state fund, even if it's for security fund. What security fund is meant is to upgrade and transform the security system of government. Because if you continue to pay, it means that we are feeding idle people. What we need to do is to network Anambra State. And I asked a question. We have almost all the network system, telecommunications companies in Anambra State. What are their contribution to Anambra State? It is time we ask that question. Because it's not just for you to come and then pay 200,000 per mast site for 10 years, 2 million naira, and then you are just there. You don't even look at the radiation issues, the impact, environmental impact assessment of the community, nothing. So we've not been benefiting from all these telecommunication companies. I am going into that line. I want to negotiate with them. That is what the Americans call the act of war. When you are equal, you negotiate. If you are weaker, you retreat. If you are stronger, you oppress. That's what I'm going to use. Please. That is what I'm going to use, and I'm saying it with the fear of God, with all sincerity inside me. We need to generate funds for the state. I need to see them in a table and tell them that they are making above 30 billion naira from a state where we are only getting 3.2 billion from federal government, and they are taking 30 billion out of our state every month. And I will give you a simple analysis of what they are doing. In Atlanta, Tampa Bay, in Tampa Bay, Florida, in America,